You gotta cheer up. You look like somebody ran over your dog.
Hey, how much is a slice of pie?
Oh, you happen to have the best French apple in town. And, it's on the house.
Shut up. You just have to pay attention, okay? 20. 20 says it's Pretty Woman. I will raise you 10 because it is Home Alone.
Aren't you guys have to read the signs? I call with Saving Private Ryan.
What? Flip this over. And Miss Jennifer from Austin says her favorite movie is... There's no way. You already saw this one. Oh, you are such a cheater.
Hello, a naked girl in army boots? Easy play to call.
Thank you. Those boots are kind of cute. You're gonna have to get me some of those. Wait. Oh, Romero, you gotta turn that up, baby. That is a jam. Turn it up. There you go. Oh no. Girl, what are you doing? Remember this? You better give it a girl. That's my belly dance, shimmy girl.
You know those girls?
Oh, yeah. They're here every morning around this time. Winding down.
Wait.
They have to in their line of work.
They hookers?
Coyotes.
All right.
Okay, that's enough. Hello, and welcome to Book versus Movie, the podcast where we read books that have been adapted into movies, and then we try to decide which we like better, the book or the movie. I am Margo P of coloniabook.com, and we are welcoming back my very, very good friend, our guest co-host today, Sonia Mansfield of What a Creep and the Sonia Show.
Hello! I'm happy to be back.
Oh, I'm so glad to be back and that you are here with me. I've been out for a little bit. How little health matter.
She's okay.
Fine. I'm okay. I'm back at work. I'm back in the saddle. But it took me out. I've learned that I don't heal as quickly as I used to.
Yeah, getting older is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. I mean, I am healing.
Yes.
It's going great, but it used to go a lot faster. That's all I'm saying.
I'm glad it's happening, though.
Me too. And this is the perfect one to jump back into the game. Oh my gosh. We have actually 2 really great episodes coming up. I was trying to do 2 episodes a month. I'm actually going to be able to make it happen. We got Sonia here today. We're doing Coyote Ugly, and right before the end of the month, we're going to have Kristen Meinzer here, and we're going to talk about Margo's Got Money Troubles. Have you seen it and read it?
I love the show.
Super
love
good.
the show.
The book is excellent. Just spoiler alert. I loved the book. So today we're going to be talking about somebody I mostly know, I have to be honest, mostly know from the Oprah-verse. And I don't know, the farther along we go on this timeline, the more I feel that Oprah has a lot to answer for to the American
She sure does. I mean, we talked about her on What a Creep, mainly her tendency to launch creeps onto us. She is responsible for Dr. Phil. She's responsible for Dr. Oz. She's responsible for Jenny McCarthy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she put all these people on her show. She gives them a huge platform and builds them up. And now she's contributed directly to where we are today. So Oprah, come on, man. Come on.
And you brought up the whole, the Jeff Bezos of it all.
Oh, yeah.
And their whole,
yeah,
who knows what kind of pact they made that she was at his wedding when he bought Venice. And boo.
And she sold her show, only streams on Amazon now. All of her Oprah things are on Amazon. Yeah, she sold her dynasty, her stuff to Jeff Bezos.
And
gross.
I do, look, she launched her book club it did get a lot of people reading
Absolutely.
who were not. I genuinely have people in my life who were not readers and picked up a lot of books they would not have read if Oprah hadn't, touted them on the show and brought the author on.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who read some stuff and still are readers today in book clubs today because of Oprah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
And she launched a lot of, not launched, but like introduced people to a lot of different writers, especially like Black female writers,
Mhm.
that normally a lot of her audience were, Midwest housewife
Would
types
never
that,
have seen. Yeah.
would
No.
never have read Toni Morrison or
No.
something. So, that stuff
Or
that's awesome.
like, what was that book? The Sun Does Shine, about the memoir of that guy that was falsely imprisoned.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's not it's not great literature, but it's an amazing story. So,
Yes.
so Oprah's book recommendations kind of went all over the map. And I remember when, Eat, Pray, Love came out, and it must have been before the movie, and she probably had sold the rights to the movie. It was a very successful movie starring Julia Roberts as Elizabeth. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than that
Right.
at that point in her history. And so she's on Oprah, Julia Roberts is going to play her in the movie, and they're talking about this book, and I gotta say, was not that interested. I've never read that book, and I've never seen that movie. I was like, I don't think
I
this is
haven't
not for
either.
me.
Like, I haven't either.
I don't know what it is. She's not for me. This, that's fine. Not everybody is for everybody.
Yeah.
And so I just never read it, and I never saw the movie. I had a similar response. There was somebody else recently. Oh, what is your name? What is your name with the glasses and the let them?
Oh, Mel Robbins?
Same thing. I got an icky feeling. I don't know what it is. Because I've not read the book.
I haven't read the book either. I've seen her videos on like Instagram and TikTok and stuff.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like,
Yeah.
like you can't control everything, right? So
No.
I was like, that makes sense. But there was also this like, well, you're not even going to try?
And
So it's like I just dug a
let me
little
give it a
deeper.
chance. Yes.
Yeah.
I also dug a little deeper, and I was like, well, let me see. And then I had heard that she had, I'm doing finger quotes here, worked on the book with her daughter. And I saw this conversation that she had with her daughter about the book. Did you see that?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm getting on a tangent about Mel Robbins, but anyway, it was her daughter's idea. Mel Robbins stole the idea and then brought her daughter onto her own podcast to like gaslight her daughter in front of the whole country about how.
Ew.
And I was like, see, I knew. I didn't like this lady. I don't like what she's selling me. It's not for me.
Yeah. Well,
and this is how I felt
Oh,
Elizabeth
go ahead.
Gilbert. I'm just saying it was a similar feeling.
Yeah, where if you just scratch beneath the surface, you're like, well, that's icky.
Yeah, I don't know. Something I can't. I'm not saying I have all the reasons. It's just a
You gotta trust your gut.
It's a gut thing. So anyway, again, my gut said, hey, this book's not for you, Margo. You don't need to go buy Eat, Pray, Love. And you really don't need to go buy the next book that just came out, the recent book, which is called All the Way to the River. And she's been profiled. Oh my gosh, this woman has been profiled so many times. So just to give you the broad strokes, she is, and maybe you didn't know, because I didn't know that she'd written Coyote Ugly, but we'll get to that in a minute. But
I didn't know this until you texted me and you were like, you should talk about Coyote Ugly with me. I was like, great.
She's 56 years old. She's from Waterbury, Connecticut, which is sort of, it's not that far from New York City. Her father was well, we'll talk about that a little bit. Her dad was a scientist. There's a lot of like industry there. And what I thought was kind of funny, if you go to the Wikipedia page for Waterbury, Connecticut, there's I love when you go check out a town and they have the section like notable people. It's
Yes.
very fun because there's an NFL player, there's a murder victim, there's a poet. Annie Leibovitz is from Waterbury, Connecticut. There were a couple of people that I recognized. There's Congress people, just a fun. Dylan McDermott is from there. But she's not. Cheryl Lee Ralph is also from Waterbury,
like her.
But Elizabeth Gilbert is not listed.
Maybe Wikipedia wouldn't lie, so maybe she's not from there.
I'm pretty sure she's from there. So I think if I remember correctly, like she had kind of always wanted to be a writer. She went to NYU, which is kind of in the Greenwich Village part of New York City. This is I'm guessing in the early 90s or maybe the end of the 80s. And I'm assuming that is when she worked at Coyote Ugly. It doesn't say that anywhere. I couldn't find any hard, she's really distanced herself, it seems like, from this whole Coyote Ugly thing.
Well, but, this is before it was what it is now. Like now it is a chain. You can go to a Coyote Ugly.
Then it was just a dive bar in the village.
Yes, exactly.
So she had already published. She published a book a short story in Esquire, in 1993, and so she was kind of getting attention as a writer. And this story came out in GQ in 1997, and it is called "The Muse of the Coyote Ugly Saloon." She does not mention in the story, and we're going to talk about the story kind of concurrently with the film. She does not mention in the story, though, why she went to New York, what's she doing in New York. She's not from New York City. She's from that general area.
Right.
But what's she doing there? So I can only assume that it's because it was when she was at NYU, because NYU is a short walk from the original Coyote Ugly bar. Incidentally, my husband and I moved to New York, and Margo also moved to New York City all right around the same time. So I remember this scene very well. And
so you didn't meet her when you also worked at Coyote Ugly? I don't know why you're like totally burying the lead.
No,
here.
you guys, I did not work at Coyote. Excuse me, I worked at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, as a matter of fact. At this time.
The opposite.
But there were bars like this. There were crazy divey bars like this. Like there was a bar I remember that hadn't been dusted in like 70 years. That was their claim to fame.
I love a dive bar. Like
Me too.
I love bars that are dark and maybe they have a jukebox and has a bunch of regulars, and it's not fancy. Like it's just, you could get a beer, you could probably get a glass of wine, but the wine won't taste very good. We were
young and fairly broke, and it was not, it was not unlike Friends. It was more, there were a lot more people of color around. And our apartments were way smaller.
Right.
But yeah, it was a really, it was a time when you could be poor and live in New York City still. And that, that doesn't
it's
exist
the same
anymore.
Same in San Francisco.
Yes, very similar to how San Francisco's evolution into a playground for billionaires. But anyway, so Lillian's Lovell, that is her last name, who started and owned the original Coyote Ugly bar, also went to NYU. So I think that there must be something there about that. So
her story is so interesting.
So let's talk about her. let's
because I
talk about
wanted to
her.
learn. I wanted to learn more about her in the article and in the movie. I was like, the whole thing should have been about her.
She's really, I know it's really bearing the lead. So, but let's briefly about this GQ article. So the GQ article comes out in 1993, or 1997. I'm sorry, and it's an interesting story. It's this young woman. There were hundreds of thousands of young women like this getting jobs in bars and diners and whatnot in Manhattan in those days. I have lots of friends who worked in bars like this, went to bars like this. It was like that then. And she's describing, but this bar, what she's describing is a little bit more. Just
Just a little extra.
just a little bit extra. So the story in the article says that Lil, who owns the bar, she had worked, and she's only a little bit older than the women who she hires, but she had gotten her start at an even divier bar across the street. And it has a very fun, colorful. We will link it if you're in our Facebook group. We will link the article there so you can read it. She learns the tricks of the trade, and then she basically buys the place across the street, or starts a place across the street and does it even better.
Yes.
And she hires the girls, they're sexier, and the article genuinely says, like, yes, they did light the bar on fire. Yes, they did have the thing about not ordering water. Yes, they did, break the fire code right, left, and center. Yes, they were pouring booze like it was going out of style. And so a lot of the kind of eye-catching things from the film, as far as the bar, are lifted right out of the article, which I think is kind of funny, because like when you watch the movie, that's the part where you're like, nobody would do that, but they did.
Yeah, well, it's not that I didn't think people would do that. It's that I know for a fact I would never go to this bar.
Oh,
like,
nor I. Why would you go?
By the way, hey, if you love the bar, you
Again,
love that stuff.
Not everything's for
There's
everybody.
Plenty of room for you then, because I'm not gonna go. Like, it's not for me. Like, first of all, if I showed up and there was a line, I would have been like, nah, I'm good. Like, I would have just gone somewhere else. And then two, like, the minute you walk in, it's super loud, super crowded. The fact that they won't give you a glass of water either, it's like, so I guess everyone's drunk and dehydrated on top of everything
which is
else.
against the law, by the way. Pretty sure they have to give you water.
I just would have walked in and turned around and walked right back out. That is not for me.
Just like the smell, like all those men and the
No,
yeah,
it's not for me.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's your scene either.
No. But I'm very fascinated by this woman who owned this bar and got this all going and turned this into really a little juggernaut, a little cottage industry. And arguably, I mean, it wasn't huge for Melissa, I've been doing this all day long. Let me tell you something. I've been talking to my husband about this movie all day today. And I keep saying Elizabeth Gilbert, and he keeps joking back to me, "Oh, Melissa Gilbert in Little House on the Prairie." And he doesn't talk like that, by the way. And I shouldn't do that on Father's Day. But every time I'm like, no, it's Elizabeth Gilbert. And here I just did it right now. Melissa's having her own problems right now.
True that. It's going to be a tough Father's Day for Melissa.
Ouchie. So, Coyote Ugly is not something that Elizabeth Gilbert talks about very much, or anywhere that I could find. And it, it's not, I don't think Oprah asked her about it. And I don't think it maybe did a little bit for her career. Like maybe it helped her get Eat, Pray, Love, going with the publisher. I don't know. But the person that it really benefited was Lillian Lovell, the owner of Coyote Ugly. I mean, if anybody really benefited from this whole thing, this whole phenomenon, it is she, no doubt. So she, like I say, she's a little bit older than the girls that she's hiring at the time. So she must be around in her early 60s right now, I think.
Probably.
So she is originally from New Rochelle, New York, which is what we call a bedroom community. They probably still call them that. These outer suburban enclaves where people would
Yes.
still commute on the daily into the city. It is very important to
Okay.
remember that when we talk about the film.
Yeah.
You did not have you would live in New Rochelle and take the train in. So she was from kind of what she says, kind of a strict upbringing, Catholic school, and so that fostered a bit of a rebellious streak in her. She goes to NYU, and I think she was offered an internship. I think she was studying law or something like that, and or maybe finance. And she was a prestigious internship, and she turns it down and works in this bar and learns the trade. And
good for her.
I know. She says she was thinking of becoming a social worker, but then realized that she would need a master's, and kind of looked around and like, what is the fastest way for somebody like me, a woman in the 90s in New York City, to get financially stable as quickly as possible. Getting an internship at this Wall Street firm actually isn't going to be that. I'm not going to make any money for a long time that way.
Internships, by the way, are something that so many people can't afford to do if they don't pay you. There's an inherent bias in internships because only people usually who are well off can afford to take them.
Yeah.
If they don't pay.
You have to have another way to support yourself.
Yes.
So, this is really interesting. She worked in this bar. I actually remember she worked in a bar called Anacondas.
Sorry.
I'm going to say that again. The bar was called Anacondas. I don't know why you're laughing. And it
don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
And it was a Brazilian theme.
Okay.
But it was famous for having like
also made into a movie.
Yes, slushy alcoholic drinks. That's kind of what it was known for. These like slushy, slushy, very sweet and fruity alcoholic drinks. Anyway,
like Slurpees.
Yeah. So she works for the same bar that's mentioned in the article, where the guy just is really pushing the envelope, let's say, of legality and abuse of the customers for profit.
Such a polite way to put it. So polite.
And she just is a very shrewd person, is like, oh, what I could do this plus hot babes plus this, and and she's running this bar, and they eventually, the original Coyote Ugly lost its lease, and it moved to, I think, the West Village. It's up on like 14th Street now. It used to be on First Avenue, and it's not really clear from the Coyote Ugly website if I think she might have stepped back into more of a silent partner kind of a role. It seems like she's semi-retired and living in my town of San Diego.
Oh, well, she probably is. From what I gathered from the website, you can franchise these now. It's basically
you can open your own Coyote
It's a Hooters, right? It's a Hooters at this point. Yeah. And I assume she probably she gets money from the trademark of that name and all of those things. So, and she also worked as a consultant on the movie, so I'm sure she made some money on that too.
Yeah. She seems really smart.
Yeah.
So there's one in Denver, there's one in New Orleans, there's the one in New York I mentioned, which again is not the original one. Nashville, and then there's 4 of them in Florida.
Florida gonna Florida.
Florida gonna Florida. So if you're in Daytona Beach, Destin, Panama City, or Tampa, you're in luck. There's Las Vegas, of course, Oklahoma City, Austin, and San Antonio. Oh, and
there's some overseas too.
There's some overseas in the UK. Quite a few, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 locations in the UK. So
Sorry, we don't serve water, governor. That's my British
excellent.
accent. I got nothing, no impressions.
Kate Winslet, did somebody let her in here?
so bad at it.
So, yeah, so the movie, as you were saying, I didn't see this movie until today and yesterday. I watched it yesterday and today, and for the very first time, to see what I finally see what I was missing. This is and I guess this is the first thing of Elizabeth Gilbert's that I've read in its entirety as well.
Same. I
but-
had
go ahead.
I didn't read the article until you told me about it, and I did see the movie in the theater because I see a lot of movies in the theater when I can. So, and I didn't really like it then. I don't really like it now.
Y'all, okay. I mean, settle in, because it's not good. It's not a good movie. It's just
No.
spoiler alert. It's not
No.
good. Spoiler alert. It's going to be book, and
Yeah.
even the book is just like meh. I want to, before we talk about the book and we'll talk more about the article when we talk about the movie. I want to talk a little bit about Gilbert's more recent
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans in her book, which is called All the Way to the River. Was that right? So she's been married twice. Her first husband, Michael Cooper, she met while she was working at Coyote Ugly, and they were married from 1994 until 2002. Her second husband, Jose, I don't know if it's Nunez or Nunez, she met while she was doing the traveling that she documents in Eat, Pray, Love.
Okay.
Seeing the pattern here. 2007 until 2016, and they had a kind of import a business, like of imported goods, like a Pier 1 kind of a thing. But then she started getting romantically involved with her best friend, Raya. Is it Elias? Oh, what is how do you pronounce your last name? Oh, I feel terrible now. Because she is no longer with us. Raya, is it Raya or Raya? Do you remember?
I don't know.
She'll say it right now. I have a little clip of Oprah and she talking about that relationship. So she's married to a man. She goes into a long-term relationship with a woman who is also her best friend. And who also, she goes into if I understand correctly, bear in mind, I have not read these books. If I understand correctly, she realized that she was in love with her best friend when her best friend told her that she was ill with terminal cancer. So let's hear that uplifting story right out of her own mouth with Oprah. Let's see here.
Love for Rhea as a life-shattering truth. As a life-shattering truth.
You know, she
surprised yourself when you fell in love with her?
No. And not only that, it didn't surprise her or anyone who knew us. And I mean anyone. People's reactions went from duh to I thought you guys have been secretly having an affair for years.
Really?
To a friend of Rhea's who wrote back in other news, ice is cold. You know, like, you know, this is the most obvious thing. It was so obvious to all of us, you know, or we'd been wondering when you guys were going to notice. But
because when I saw you all and you hadn't announced it yet, but you all were like actually holding hands and you were looking into each other's eyes and you were like
intimate.
We were so intimate that I was like, what's going on here?
But I was so determined to not cross that boundary, and it was so important to me to be a faithful and honest wife, and I believe I was. You know, I believe I was, because the minute that clarity came to me, and I mean the minute, the next conversation I had was with my husband. There was no way that I could know this about myself, that I was in love with Rhea, and he couldn't know that. I felt that would be so unfair.
Right.
And so instantly that conversation happened, and instantly our decision was made that we would separate.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cut to. I shouldn't laugh. It's terrible. The woman was very ill. The woman was extremely ill. And
Was it cancer? Was it
I,
cancer?
I believe it's cancer.
Fuck
And
cancer.
yeah, it's terrible. And Rhea, I feel bad. I'm not mentioning what Rhea, she was. So it's Rhea, and it's with 2 Y's. She is also an author. If you, I don't have a clip of the 2 of them together, but if you saw her photo, you'd be like, oh, it's her. She was a Syrian, she originally from Syria. And also, as Gilbert details in this book, she has a lot of serious addiction issues. She's a lot of substance use, and I think her terminal illness, if I understand correctly, have not read this book. Her terminal illness, I'm sure, did not help things, and it's a lot of like the toxicity of them coming together and going apart, and coming together and going apart. But I would be remiss, I think, if I didn't mention that among the things that Gilbert discusses in this book, and again, I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read this book, but I am going to read you. I'm going to read you this passage. I was able to find it on the Libby app, so here it is. This is, things are real bad at this point. Okay, and Gilbert is also struggling with her own things. She eventually says that she realizes that she's addicted to seduction and sex, or something like that.
Not love, huh?
I don't. Maybe. Anyway, I give her the benefit of the doubt. So here she goes. So it says, the next morning, I'm going to read this passage. This is from All the Way to the River. Again, things are not going well. The next morning, while Rhea nodded off in front of the TV, I stole some of her sleeping pills and morphine pills. And morphine, I'm sorry, not morphing, like she takes them and morphs into something.
Looking forward to that movie.
the heavy pain med, and took them to the park with me. While my fellow New Yorkers went about their business in the beautiful summer light, I sat on a bench studying and comparing the 2 medications in the palm of my hand, trying to figure out how I could make the sleeping pills look like the morphine pills so I could trick her into taking a bunch of them.
Cool.
Wait, there's more. I needed her to take the sleeping pills, not the morphine pills, which no longer had much of an effect on her stubbornly resistant drug addict's nervous system, because if I could knock her out with the sleeping pills, then I could stick a whole bunch of fentanyl patches on her at once, on her back, once she was unconscious, and that would surely kill her.
Why?
So if you read it, and I did read on, because I don't want to take it totally out of context. And listen, I mean, she didn't have to share that she attempted to share, plotted to kill her girlfriend. She made that choice. So she says basically, like, it had gotten to Gilbert's own rock bottom. Like, she realizes that is her rock bottom moment.
Yeah, that's rock bottom for sure.
The next realization she has is like, oh, what would actually be simpler is if I took these things and did it that way. So, and then she realizes, like, well, the fact that I'm even trying to figure out which is the simpler of these 2 propositions to, like, as a solution.
Yeah.
Something's really wrong here. Perhaps I should make some calls.
Yeah.
So then that's what happens next. I know, it's very, very sad. So again, it's just, there are a lot of people, and I don't want to make light of it. There are a lot of people who are going through that exact scenario right now, I'm sure. And that I hope that, and maybe this book might help you get some clarity on
I
how
hope
to get
it
through
does.
it. Yeah. But anyway, so there's that. that book seems to be doing fairly well. She's talked to Oprah about it. Also.
Of course she has.
Of
course she has.
Good old Oprah. Okay. No, I'm gonna not say it. There's some things even I won't say. So let's talk about this movie that she doesn't like to acknowledge very often. 2000, the year is 2000. It is importantly, I believe, before the Trade Center attack.
Yes.
So again, Todd and I and Margo were living in New York City. I think Margo was living there by then.
She
we were
was.
living in, right? Yeah. So we're living in New York City. I'm very familiar. We had a lot of friends that lived in this neighborhood where Coyote Ugly is. We spent a lot of time around there. And but the movie opens. Well, let's play the trailer. I almost forgot.
Oh.
I have the trailer. The trailer will give us a lot of the exposition that we need.
Okay.
So let's let the trailer do part of the heavy lifting here.
I'm the parent. You're the child running away to live by yourself. I should be telling you how to live.
How should I live?
Simple, don't go. Good luck. There, I said it.
But I do love you.
Put some pepper spray in your purse. Even if you're not sure, just start spraying.
Tell me that isn't yours. Of course not. It's a 2-bedroom. I heard that there might be a job opening.
You start Friday night.
You're giving me a job?
Coyote Ugly. Why would you name your bar that?
Because Cheers was taken.
The devil's in the house of the rising sun.
That's Rachel. You can take some lessons from her.
You just cut some guy's ponytail off.
I'd like you to meet my new bartender.
Violet.
Jersey! It's just to get you started, okay? No problem.
Oh. Jersey!
Okay, I've never had anyone stare at my ass for half an hour, so I'm gonna say goodnight.
Just for the record, I was only staring at the first 15 minutes.
Is this a church meeting or is this a bar? Make some noise!
So I'm a coyote? 5 nights a week.
Stop shaking!
Okay, give me a glass of water.
You ain't got water in this bar!
This is the greatest party I've ever been to!
You're unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I was genuinely surprised how many hits of the day were in this movie.
There were quite a few.
Again, because I didn't see it when it came out, so I did not know.
This trailer also makes it look like Tyra Banks is in this movie all the time.
She is
Like,
not.
We've
seen
not.
most of her acting in that first clip that we showed where they're in the
Yeah, like she's
diner.
on the poster, everything.
She's gorgeous. This is
Yeah.
the height of her supermodel career.
Yeah, I think this is like right before America's Top Model.
It's
so,
definitely,
yeah.
I think, before. And she, I think she does a good job.
She does.
You're not like, oh, she's clunking through this. No wonder she's only. No, she's good. But the whole thing is that she's the coyote who leaves the bar so that Violet, as she's called in this movie, can then get the job.
Yes.
So, let's talk about the cast.
Okay,
So we
so
have-
it's Piper Perabo, I think is how you pronounce
believe
this.
that's
This
right,
was
yes.
like her big break. She was going to be the big thing. She wasn't after this. I should look up to see what she
okay.
She's fine in the movie. Like, it's not her fault that it's a bad movie.
No.
That goes back to the script and everything. Oh, it looks like she did Cheaper by the Dozen.
She did. Yeah, I think right after this.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have Adam Garcia is her love interest.
Yes.
He's more like a stage guy.
Yeah, and
Australian
he's a dancer,
stage
which
guy.
is why they make sure to get him dancing on the bar as well.
Yep. We have Maria Bello as Lil. She's done a few things. I'm trying to see if there's anything that we've talked about on this show. No.
I remember
Thank You for Smoking. I think we did.
Yeah.
I think we might have done Thank You for Smoking.
I want to say she did the movie The Cooler with William H. Macy, and I remember thinking she was really good in that.
Yep. We have so Violet, okay, unlike again Elizabeth, not Melissa, Elizabeth or Sarah Gilbert is from Waterbury, Connecticut, the daughter of a chemical engineer, I want to say, and a nurse.
Okay.
Was going to NYU. This is, I think, her college job that she gets, which makes sense. Walking distance to the school. She is not a fledgling. She's not a singer-songwriter who's afraid to sing. Here's what I don't get. So many things.
Many things.
Okay, wait. John Goodman is her dad. Melanie Linsky is her best friend. I'm not mad at the cast. The cast is actually pretty good.
It's a good cast. Like,
again, we said Tyra does a good job. Rachel is played by Bridget Moynihan. Leanne Rhymes shows up. John Fugelsang is in this. Bud Cort he's the guy running the diner where she learns about the coyotes. Bud Cort from Harold and Maude, who we've talked about before. So here's the plot. If you didn't glean it from the trailer. If you're watching this on YouTube, they may have made us cut all of the clips out, and we apologize for that. But so the plot is this: Violet is she wants to be an aspiring singer-songwriter. Her mother was a musician. Her mother is deceased. Her father is a lovable toll booth operator on the New Jersey Turnpike, I believe.
Yes.
And because they live in New Jersey, they don't live in Connecticut. They live in New Jersey. And her dad's doing okay, but she's really looking after the house. They live in a frankly rather enormous house.
Yeah, they live
in New Jersey.
Yeah, it seems like a nice place, and like
he's got a good government job.
Yeah, he seems like a good, caring, supportive dad.
Yep.
And she's going to move to New York to be a songwriter.
Yes.
Not a singer, because she's like, I'm not a singer. I have stage fright. I just want to write the songs. But she's going to come back every Sunday to do his laundry. I put that in my notes because
she's definitely that close enough.
But, he's a man, can't do his own laundry. So.
No, somehow she's close enough to come home every weekend and do her father's laundry, but she's not close enough to commute into the city and drop off these demo tapes. She has to move all the way into Manhattan. And so they're living in
the dropping off the tapes is my favorite, one of my favorite things.
Oh my gosh.
So
hilarious.
She makes cassette tapes.
Yes.
We're in the year 2000. In the year 2000.
Even then it was CDs.
Yes.
Even by then it would have been CDs. Yeah.
She takes her cassette tapes and she just walks into these agencies and she's like, "Hi, I'm a songwriter. Can you give this to an artist, please?" And they're like, "Girl, please. Like, get out of here." It's so naive.
And why could she not mail that from South Amboy, New Jersey?
Yeah. Which she ends up doing later in the movie anyway. She makes all these tapes,
Yeah.
and mails them, and they all get returned to her. It's just
certainly for less than it would have cost her to rent her apartment in the East Village.
Yes.
And I will say, even though it looks very Hollywood and like they're really, really playing it up, I genuinely knew people who moved into East Village apartments at that time that looked like that. Seriously, like no joke, in that condition, with the bathtub in the kitchen and the whole thing. But certainly for less money than she was paying to live in that rat trap, she could have been back home, snuggly wuggly in her house in South Amboy, New Jersey, FedExing overnight signature required.
Yes.
Her demos to these. She certainly could have not had to scrimp and save for her computer to burn CDs on. And she could have she's obviously very concerned about her dad's well-being, because she gets this whole spiel about take your vitamins and I bought you lean cuisine and don't touch the laundry because I'll be back to do the laundry. And then she's like, bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I also grown man can't cook, apparently can't take care of himself at all. I was like, is this the breadwinner? Is this the movie The Breadwinner?
This is the first scene of the movie, you guys, is her lecturing her father about all of the things that she has put in place so that he will not eat junk food and take his vitamins and be healthy. And already in the first scene of the movie, I'm like, this guy's going to end up in the hospital.
Totally. But not for the reason you think.
No, not for the reason you think. There's a twist.
There's a twist. It's a twist. So she moves to New York into her like crappy little apartment. She doesn't have a job, right?
No, not right away.
Then she goes around delivering her tapes.
She's just going around dropping. She's going to how did she even get in the building?
Yeah.
Of William Morris.
Yeah. Can you give this to Mariah Carey for me? Thanks. Bye.
And even then, okay, this is not very early days of the internet we're talking about. Like the internet is not what it is today. But they had libraries. They had libraries where you could go and find out how might one go about this?
Yes.
Maybe go to maybe take a train into the city and go to one of these clubs. Go to one of these open mic nights. Ask one of these people how they're doing. Nope. I'm going to go to William Morris with my tape.
Yeah. It's easy. It's so easy.
And her best friend, oh my gosh. And there's this whole scene with the best friend. And she's like, you really did it, Violet. You always said you were going to move to New York City.
And you did it. I'm so proud of you.
We all so many things, like we were going to do this. We were going to do this. And we didn't do it. And we were going to go to college and we didn't do that. So she's not going to college.
Right.
She's not. She seems like she doesn't have much of an education. She works in a pizza joint back in Jersey.
Yes.
So she has that's her work experience. And the best friend her best friend's about to get married and drives Violet into the city, makes the great sacrifice of taking that, what is it, a 45 minute drive. Just to put it in perspective.
Yes.
Just to put it in perspective.
Yes.
The distance between where her home with her dad, John Goodman, lives and where she lives in the East Village is like, from where I'm sitting right now, if I drove that distance from here, I would still be in San Diego County. If I drove north or if I drove east, even, I would still be in San Diego. But they're acting like she's going to the freaking moon. Like they're never going to see her again.
Yes.
The best friend's crying and the best friend gives her a wad of cash and she refuses. And then the best friend tucks the cash into her freezer.
Yes.
And so anyway, one day while she's out passing out tapes, her apartment gets robbed. She comes back and her apartment's ransacked. They've taken everything, including the icebox money from her best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, absolutely everything except her guitar. It's her mom's guitar, her dead mom's guitar.
Yeah.
And her electric keyboard.
Yeah, why would
There's
they take
no way in
why would they
hell
take
they would have
those
left those
things?
there.
They couldn't possibly sell them for money. Like,
Okay.
that's okay. Yeah.
So she goes to
None of these things are in the original article, by the way.
none of this. This is
None of
all
this.
fantasy. So she goes to an open mic night. She finally gets a little bit wise, and it's like, oh, there's an open mic night. Let me go check it out. She just goes to ask about it, and the lady's like, okay, I have a spot right now. Why don't you just go ahead and go on up? And this is where we see her stage fright for the first time. She goes up there and she freezes. And she can't do it. She can't sing her own song.
Like one dude heckles her, right? He's like, come on, sing for me, or whatever. And she's like, I can't. Like runs off. But everyone in the movie is like falling over themselves to like help her, by the way. And it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. So anyway, so she meets a guy. He works, I don't know if he works at that club, but anyway, he's this guy from Australia. He's super cute.
Yeah, he's cute.
She thinks that he owns the club. He never says that he does, but somebody tells her like as a joke, and she believes him. And they end up dating, and she gets this job. So I'm sorry, I skipped ahead. She gets robbed of everything except her guitar and her keyboard. And she only has like a couple of rumply up dollars in her pocket. And that's the scene that we saw at the top of the show where she's in the cafe and Bud Court feels sorry for her and gives her a piece of pie for free. And she asks about the coyotes. And so she, in desperation, goes to the bar, not knowing anything about it. Not even like, hey, I'll go check it out during open hours. She just goes.
Yeah, just shows up.
The women are making money. And she just talks her way into getting this job, and
it's an audition. An
audition. Yeah.
Yes.
So then we see all of the hijinks. Now, again, all of the things that we see, the hijinks of the bar, from the setting the bar on fire, from the woman, the bar woman,
Lil.
spitting alcohol and setting it on fire.
Yeah.
All of that is in the story, the original story. And the way that they would spray the people and all of that is part of the original story. So apparently, like, they really did that. And
that stuff's the most interesting part of the movie.
Absolutely, it is.
The
story is so boring.
It's so boring. It is a fairy tale. It is, I really want to be a songwriter and move to New York. And then
her boyfriend gets her a spot at an open mic, and she doesn't show up.
She doesn't show up.
As you say, like, all these people like try to help her out, and every time she's like, I can't.
And then she finally does an open mic night, and spoiler alert, she instantly gets a deal. And like 3 months later, Leanne Rimes is singing her song. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's so silly.
But
it's very silly. So, and her dad. So then, of course, like we said, her dad ends up in the hospital. She and her boyfriend fight.
A car accident.
He gets hit. He gets hit by a car as he's walking into his booth.
Yes.
And it gets his leg broken, and but he's not too badly beat up.
Right.
Enough that one of the nurses in the hospital asks him out on a date, because that's ethical.
Well, so they went through all this stuff with like his health and everything, and then it's you got hit by a car. You got hit by a car. And that's because before all of that, like, she, is working at the bar. She jumps up one night to break up a fight, and she sings along with the jukebox, and everyone's like, oh, stop what they're doing.
Stop punching mid punch.
Yeah, mid punch. And they're like, what? Girls singing must stop fighting. And so
Urge
they all
to kill.
fading. Like, and then it just happens that like a reporter was there for the Village Voice, and they take a picture. So her dad learns that she's working at this bar. He comes to the bar, and of course
her dad learns that she's working at this bar because supposedly his coworkers and the other toll booths have her picture from the Village Voice pinned up inside their toll booth. No, they don't.
No, they don't. No, they don't. I don't buy it for 1 second. No
We
one in the toll
lived-
booth is cutting out pictures from the Village Voice
No,
and hanging them up in their booth.
no. We lived in New Jersey. And we owned a car, and I commuted into the city by car most days of the week. Went through the New Jersey Turnpike many, 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 many times. Saw into those booths many. No, that is not a thing.
No.
You know what else isn't a thing? That 1, 2, 3. Like, what is that?
No, it's not.
What
a
are we
thing.
doing?
Oh, well, it's none of this is real and first of all, the movie had like 5 writers or something. So let's see. It's written by Gina Wedkos. There's an uncredited Kevin Smith working on this. It's based on Elizabeth Gilbert's article. There's a bunch of other people who also did ghostwriting. And I think you can tell that it's kind of pieced together from all these different drafts.
Carrie Fisher wrote a draft.
This does not surprise me, but in case people don't know this, like every movie you love from the 90s, at some point, Carrie Fisher did a punch up on that script. She was like an unsung hero of...
God bless that woman.
Yeah, she was punching up everyone's scripts. This does not surprise me to learn. And if there's like any jokes that work in this movie, it was probably from Carrie Fisher.
And by the way, there's maybe very few. Those are very few and far between.
Very few. Like it's
precious gems.
It is not an entertaining movie. This isn't even like a guilty pleasure watch. It's
so she has her so eventually like she gets a spot at the Bowery Ballroom, which we went many times to the Bowery Ballroom. Like I'm kind of amazed, like out of nowhere,
a songwriter showcase.
She sent her CD into the Bowery Ballroom, and they're like, "Please come sing here." And so she and her dad and her best friend go into, and her boyfriend is presumably, and all of her friends. They close the bar early, which they've never ever done, and they all go to see her sing at the Bowery Ballroom. I love the Bowery Ballroom, by the way. It has a balcony. It's cool. And okay. All right. It's fine. She's fine. But then they go, here's the part. Then they go to celebrate at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
3 months later.
3 months later. And Leanne Rimes is there. Yeah. And the dad is there with his girlfriend, the nurse. And they are Leanne Rimes is on the bar. She's singing on the bar. Everybody else gets up on the bar. They do the whole, like, she pretends to auction off her dad because her dad, who, let me remind you,
is there with a date.
Is there with a date. Is recovering from being hit by a car.
Yeah.
And because he wasn't just like broke his leg, and there was a bunch of other like internal stuff that happened. But yes, Dad, hop up onto the bar.
Yeah.
Why
what
don't
could
you?
possibly go wrong?
And as they're dancing around, Violet jumps up onto John Goodman's back on the bar.
It's because it's a fairy tale. Nothing in the movie is real. Nothing. Nothing.
I had my gallbladder out like the same amount of time ago, and I can't even lift the groceries like into the house.
Girl, I twisted my ankle 7 years ago, and it's still it's like never gonna be the same.
Jump up on the bar.
Also, Leanne Rimes isn't even old enough to be in that bar, and Leanne Rimes is doing all of Piper Parabo's singing in the movie, so she's actually doing a duet with herself.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that part.
Yeah. It's not that Piper couldn't do a good job singing, apparently. They just wanted a different voice, which, okay. It's not, I read the article first. I'd seen the movie. Then I had read the article. And I was like, this is very interesting because it's about...
You know what?
because
Yeah, go ahead.
it's about Lil. Well, it's about everybody, really. It's about all all these different characters who come into the bar, the different people who work at the bar. There's a lot of stuff about Lil and like how she worked at this other bar, and then she came up with this
It is
idea
very
and did this.
interesting.
It's super interesting. And then like how they handle like people who come in and maybe they act out, do whatever. All of that stuff is super interesting. The movie should have been about Lil. Like if
It 100% should have been about Lil. Or one of the things that was interesting about the magazine article, and she is a good writer, and one of the things that was kind of cool about the way she approached telling this story is that she's in this environment, this Hooters like environment, and she starts out by saying that she, Elizabeth Gilbert, is not the prettiest girl in the bar. She's like, well, if I had to pick somebody, I'd say so-and-so is the prettiest girl in the bar. And she does this. Oh, and so-and-so is also pretty. She might be the prettiest girl in the bar because she does this, this, and this. And so-and-so, she goes through each of the other women who work there, and also tells a bit of the story of the owner. And then all of that, she goes into the details about all of the craziness that happens in this bar. And then at the very end of the story, she has this brief little moment where she feels like she might be the prettiest girl in the bar. So it's like this kind of nice little arc that it tells. That is not the arc of this film.
No, it's not interested in telling that story. It's got this fairy tale about a girl who wants to be a songwriter, and everyone in New York tries to help her. And finally, at the end, she gets out of her own way and it works. And so 3 months later, she is now a songwriter. Good job. Nice movie. It's just ridiculous and not as interesting as the article. And so it's super disappointing. And at no point do I believe that everyone that the owner, that the other girls in the bar even like her.
No,
certainly not enough to close the bar and go see her sing.
Yeah, why are they there?
Yeah,
surely they can't. They all have to go.
Apparently,
and I don't believe that she would close the bar. She would not close that bar.
No. Also, I'm like, sorry if this is rude. She's not very good at her job. They hire her. She breaks 1 million bottles, by the way, just trying to catch bottle. That shit's expensive. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know if we're supposed to, if we can swear, but that stuff's expensive.
It is.
So she's dropping all these bottles. She like brings her boyfriend into the bar and a fight breaks out. Like, that's a rule. You're not supposed to do that. She hoses down the fire marshal at one point. Like, she's not very good at her job.
No.
Like, at all.
And in the story, I think Elizabeth Gilbert in the story says that she gets like fired and hired and fired and hired by this woman like over and over and over and over again because she's always messing up. But it's not like in the movie you're like, why is she still there? Like, that's a lot of money. Why did we? Yeah.
Well, it's because the Maria Bello character is just like everyone else in the movie. They're all falling all over themselves to help her and give her another chance for things. It's ridiculous. And then there's this whole scene where she hoses down the fire marshal, so then she gets slapped with a fine of $250. So now
this is
she has
not
to
in
make,
the story.
she has to make $250 or she's going to get fired from Coyote Ugly. So,
oh no.
And then the Adam Garcia comes in, and because he's acting like a weirdo, and he saw her once and met her for 5 seconds, and he really likes her because she's the star of the movie. So he comes in, she talks to him, and then proceeds to auction him off to the highest bidder at the bar, which she needs $250. And
for what?
Yeah, she brings
it's
him
never
up.
Clear.
Yeah, she brings him up on the bar, and like, good thing for her, it's Adam Garcia who knows how to dance. So he's up there like putting on a show. She pimps him out. gets his money.
I know. I was like, isn't this illegal? I think it's illegal.
It's just, and he's like, that's fine.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, the woman's all over him at the end when she won, and she's like, mwah, 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 like licking on him and doing all, and it's like, and he's like, that's fine. You owe me, Jersey. Now you owe me dates. It's like, you want to date the woman who just auctioned you off? Such a weird movie. So weird.
It's,
and I know that it does have its fans. Like,
yeah.
I mentioned this to you before we started recording. This movie, it came in 4th when it opened on the box office. It did make its money back, but it wasn't a huge hit. But it definitely played on like TNT all the time. So you would watch like Rizzoli and Isles, and then you would stay and watch Coyote Ugly. Like, and there are people that love the soundtrack and love the movie, but
now that I've heard it, I realized that was the soundtrack I was hearing all over the place. Then
y'all should revisit it, because I don't think you'll like it as much as you used to.
So apparently Tyra Banks was working on getting a sequel made all the way up until like COVID-y times.
Well, that's good, because there's so many more stories to tell.
She was like, we were all rooting for you, Coyote Ugly.
Even more Coyote Ugly. Coyote Uglier. Like, what are we doing? We don't need that. No, nobody is like, I wonder what happened to Violet. I hope she really, really became a big success. Like, no, you don't. No. No. I don't like this movie at all.
It makes no sense.
And it makes me mad that the bar won't serve water to people. It makes me irrationally angry that they're like, hell no, H2O, and they spray water at people. How dare you want to be hydrated? No, we will overserve you. We will just dump booze right into your mouth. We will cut off your ponytail at the bar. We will start fires. We will punch you in the face.
I mean, there's a what do they say that? A lid for every pot.
I guess so. We will mock you if you order a martini. Okay. I guess I'm a snob.
And also just like, it's so dumb that like everybody is so two-dimensional. The lead character has zero depth. Oh, I have stage fright because my mom did have.
It's genetic
stage fright. A case she literally tries to make to her boyfriend, and that's like that's her whole depth is that.
Yeah.
And then her boyfriend, who's Australian, it's some big secret why he left Australia. And his big secret is he didn't really have a family. He had to move around a lot.
Oh, what a scoop. Like, who cares? All right. It's
and the dad is protective of his daughter. That's his whole thing. It's just none of the women.
Waste of John Goodman.
It's a total waste of John Goodman. Very
a whole thing
not okay.
Maria Bello fires Violet because her boyfriend came in and started a fight with people.
Seems fireable to me.
Yeah, so she fires her. Then her dad gets in an accident. She leaves. She's like, maybe I'm going to move back to New Jersey. Whatever. She doesn't. She gets a job at a nice restaurant. And then Maria Bello comes into the nice restaurant and offers her job back and apologizes to her. She had nothing to apologize for.
Nope.
She did nothing wrong. She gave that woman a million chances.
Yep.
And she still came back and apologized to her because everyone in the movie bending over backwards to help Violet achieve
Yep.
her dreams.
Yeah. And I don't understand. Furthermore, how is it that you're so scared, so scared to sing your music, sing your own music? Because she'll sing along to the jukebox. Like when she's at Coyote Ugly, she sings along to the jukebox, and that's fine somehow. But singing her own music, like she can't. Like that's so dauntingly, life-alteringly scary. But leaving your home behind and your dad who's sick or who's not really in the best of health, and leaving him in the dust, and your best friend to move to the city to run around trying to breaking into William Morris somehow to try to drop off a demo tape that you're singing on, by the way.
Yes.
That's not scary at all.
Nope. No, it's only scary so that we have something in the plot. What little plot there is. There's also a whole thing where like John Goodman is supposedly ashamed of her for working in the bar, but then he gets in a car accident, and I guess it just like knocks the sense into him or something. And he's like, I'm not really ashamed, but I kept your mom from achieving her dreams, and
so then why did you?
None of that makes sense.
It makes no sense.
Yeah,
he's ashamed. Okay, let me just get this straight. You're ashamed because you encouraged your wife to give up on her musical dreams to stay with you and your daughter. Okay, which is okay. Makes sense. You feel bad about that. You have a regret about that. So it makes sense to me then that you would then encourage your daughter then to go to New York
everything
City.
you could to help her. You
would go to the library and research how to, break into the recording, because there were, recording industry for dummies. Like there were resources available that you could go and learn about some of this stuff. No, he tries to keep her home. He's right. The whole first part of the movie is him begging her not to go and stay in New Jersey with him.
Yeah. No, but then he gets into a car, then the car hits him, and I guess that's all he needed to. We could have gotten there without the car accident, is what I'm saying. Like, we didn't need any of that.
No.
It's unnecessary. I guess they want us to think that John Goodman was going to die. I'm like, I don't know why that was even in there. It doesn't need to be in there story-wise. He could have got to the place where he tells her the truth and says he's not ashamed of her without having to hit him with a car.
And it doesn't all of that, and it doesn't change her life in any way.
No.
She doesn't do anything different. No. She doesn't there's nothing she doesn't do a single thing that she wasn't already doing as a result of that conversation with her dad.
Correct. And then finally, at some point, she decides to get out of her own way and signs up for a songwriting showcase, and she's in it like that. Boom. And then 3 months later, big pop star singing
Leanne
a
Rimes.
song. Yeah, CD is made, it's playing in the jukebox, and they're singing it in the bar. It's that easy, everyone. Move to New York.
I mean, look, if we're going to talk back, if we're bringing it back to parallels with Elizabeth Gilbert, not unlike that. She's writing her book. Knock, knock, knock. It's Oprah. Knock, knock, knock. It's Julia Roberts playing you in the movie.
We should all be so lucky. It's so ridiculous.
It's super bad. It's super bad.
And the song too, by the way. Like,
I mean,
you can't fight the moonlight. Can't who's fighting the moonlight? I don't like that song, sorry. I know people like it.
I didn't like it then. I mean, it's fine, but it's not, but the soundtrack is not bad. And the cast is not bad. It's just this script is cuckoo bananas.
It's so boring.
It's implausible and completely boring. If you're going to be implausible, be totally implausible.
Yes, go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
She loses her voice. I don't know. Something.
Like anything.
She develops an allergy to alcohol.
She gets burned in the bar fire. Anything.
Yeah. And it is a miracle, though, that it had launched this whole, like, this franchise.
Yes.
A quarter of a century later, 30 years later. And Lil's doing great, you know. There's
good for her.
Global business. So yeah, I would have preferred a documentary, you know, like what do they remember the Lifetime intimate portraits?
Oh yes. Yes.
I would have liked a Lifetime
or a
intimate
behind the
portrait.
music.
Yeah.
You know,
but with Lil
behind the bar. Like her story's way more interesting, and they could have made a movie about that character and how she came up with this idea for the bar, how she sold it.
Yeah.
These random rules, all of that stuff. I would have loved that. That would have been so interesting. It's not too late. They could still make that movie.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, but okay, so book or movie?
Definitely book.
Definitely book. It's an interesting read. It's not that long. Again, we'll post it in the Facebook group. And yeah, it's you can see that she's a good writer. She is a good writer. And you can hear from that excerpt, as grisly as it was, from her newest book, like the lady can write.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah,
book.
definitely book.
Definitely book. Tyra.
What are you doing later? Are you going to fight the moonlight or no?
No, you can't. Oh no, it's actually really nice here today. It is a beautiful day. And I'm probably going to study up for the next episode on Margo's Got Money Troubles, because we were supposed to record it before this whole thing with my gallbladder, and so I should brush up on
that's a good one.
That. Yeah, great book, you guys. By the way, if you've not read it, it's a really, really fun read, and the series is terrific.
When this is going to happen, I read this. I read the book Strangers, a memoir. Did you read this one by Belle Burton?
No, I've heard about it, though.
Well, they're going to make a Netflix miniseries out of it with Gwyneth Paltrow. So when that comes out, you should have me back on, because I have thoughts.
Ooh, I will have to read it. You're like the third person in a month or so since it came out that's told me about it.
Many people mentioned it to me as they were like, Sonia, this will be of interest to you, because it's about a woman whose husband leaves her during the pandemic.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I was like, I lived it, y'all. I don't need to read the book, but I read it anyway.
Is it good?
It's really good.
Okay, good. All right. Cool. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You came on.
It was so fun. I love coming on, and I'm the world's slowest reader. So thanks for picking a magazine article.
I have a stable still, although this was not on our list. We did not know about this one. So
I tried to get Margo to do this one, to do Coyote Ugly for dorking out, because I knew that like she would hate it. She would hate it.
I know. I thought that the whole time I was watching. It's like, oh my gosh, she would hate this so much.
That's why she wouldn't do it. She's like, girl, I don't have time to watch things I know I'm gonna hate. And I'm like, come on. Because I knew it would be the most fun.
Yeah, I thought that too the whole time. I was like, oh my gosh, she would have hated this so much. She would have hated it to the point of maybe even giving up on doing it as an episode.
Yeah, she definitely would have texted me and been like, no, I watched 10
something
minutes.
else, please.
Yeah.
Which did happen from time to time.
It
so
happened
every now and again.
To us too.
Yeah, every now and again we would get something that was so bad that we would shift gears, and that and then we do like, let's do a song to a film.
Yeah.
Kind of case. So yes, tell people where they can find you on the internet
You
these days.
can find me at thesoniashow.com and the Sonia Show on Blue Sky, and there is a private What a Creep Facebook group that if you want to join, you can join that, but you have to have listened to the show and answer the questions to join. But if you have, please join. It's a fun place to be. Where can people find you, Margo?
You can find me online at She's Not Your Mama. That's all my everything everywhere. And if you want to join the Facebook group for Book versus Movie, it's just go to Facebook, search for Book versus Movie podcast group. I don't remember if we have questions. I think you just asked to join. And
I believe
do a little
just
bit
asked to join.
Yeah,
yours.
I do a little bit of poking about just to make sure. We've never had any trouble. It's such a nice place. Everybody's so sweet and friendly, and we do just talk about books and movies and share extras to do with the episodes there. So find us there, and thanks for being here, and we will be back soon with Margo's Got Money Troubles.
Oh!
I forgot to mention, we actually have coyotes here. Because I live on a canyon.
We do too.
Yeah. And we do hear them, and yeah, it's not a
Did I tell you about the one that was in my yard?
Oh, it's so scary. They're not afraid of people.
So they never come here, never. And I live in a neighborhood. Normally they're not here walking around, but I came out with Calvin one day and Calvin's like, "What's that in our yard?" And it's like, there's this part that's like really overgrown. It's like not my responsibility, so I don't cut it. And it's like really overgrown. And Calvin's like, "There's something in there." And we looked and it was a coyote. And it was just chilling. I don't think it was very well. And it was really hot outside.
That's the thing.
So I put some water out for it and let the neighbors know. I was like, "Hey, there's a coyote over here. Be careful with your dogs." And
yeah, we do hear them get small animals. And so I'm going to end on a coyote practical tip for folks. Yeah, if you do spot a coyote where you live, and especially if it's a single coyote, stay very, very clear, because they are pack animals, and generally a single coyote is one that may have been ostracized from the pack, and so they are especially dangerous. So stay away from those coyotes. Maybe not the drinking kind, maybe not the get up on the bar and dance kind.
Yeah, that kind they just play music and they jump right up on a bar.
All right, thanks everybody. See you next time. Thanks so much for joining the conversation. The Book versus Movie podcast was started in 2014 by friends Margo P. and Margo D, who lived on opposite coasts and wanted an excuse to stay in touch and read more. We sadly lost our good friend and co-host Margo D in July of 2025. We celebrate her wit, friendship, and love of history as we continue on this digital road with you. Margo D's books, Filmed in Brooklyn and Fever, The Complete History of Saturday Night Fever, are available wherever fine books are sold. Follow Margo P on social media at She's Not Your Mama, and you can email us at bookversusmoviepodcast@gmail.com. Now, if you'll excuse me, my IBS is acting up. Thanks for being here.